What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another video here on my channel. Today's video is going to be pretty different. I'm actually going to be voicing my opinion about a particular topic. Today I'm going to be talking about the N-word, okay? And I know that's a pretty controversial topic and things like that. I'm going to voice my opinion or whatever. This is what I love about YouTube. But yes, I'm going to be talking about the N-word because recently I started to binge watch the most recent season of The Real World. The Real World Seattle Bad Blood. One of the episodes, I think it was called Drop the Mic. Can't remember which episode it was, what number episode it was, but the episode was titled Drop the Mic. And basically, Mike, who had been talking to Jordan, who was a black girl, Mike is a white guy, he and her were walking down the street. She had her baby hairs out or whatever like that. And he goes, what are you doing with your bangs? Like, why do your bangs look like that or something like that? And she said, they're not bangs, they're baby hairs, and whatever. And he said, yeah, they're ugly. And then she said, well, black guys love that shit. And he said, well, I bet they do. You and black guys can rub, some coconut oil on your ashy ass skin together or something like that. And I was like, shook. And she was shook too. So she was like, that was racist. Like, you don't get to say that, da, da, da. She stopped walking with him, walked up to Theo and Alana. Theo and Alana, they're both black. She tells them basically what he said. And, they were completely shook about the whole situation too. So basically the whole night at the club, Jordan was not talking to Mike. Everybody was, not everybody, because really Jordan was being standoffish towards him. Everybody else didn't know what really happened. She had only told Theo and Alana. So they get home and Mike is ready to leave. He's upset and this and the third. He said, oh, you guys are gonna paint me like a racist and this and the third, and I'm not racist. I'm just ignorant. Back up to the previous episode, I think, or the episode before that, or 2 or 3 episodes before, I don't know. He said the word, he said the N-word, and everybody was like, oh no, it's cool, except for Alana. Everybody was like, no, it's fine. He can say, we know Mike's not a racist, blah, 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 blah. And now, he's leaving. He's like, oh, you guys are going to paint me like a racist. I'm just ignorant. I didn't really know any better. Blah, 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 blah. How can you fault me for not knowing any better? And it's like, okay. I'm about to read him his rights real quick because, no, you can't sit here and claim to not know any better about a situation when you were raised in the same country that we were raised in, okay? You were raised in the United States. You are, 24, 25 years old. You cannot sit here and say that you're ignorant and you don't understand why you can't say something like that. No, shut up. Especially the fact that, aside from the fact that you were raised in raised in the same country as us and you were taught the same history books as us, you're walking around the whole season with a black girl on your arm or whatever. And at the same time, he even said in one of his interviews, oh, I live in a part in Manhattan, New York, where there's mostly Hispanics and black people and this and the third. Let's just put it into words, what you're saying right now. So basically what you're saying is you were raised in the United States. You are walking around with a black girlfriend, black and Swedish, but still black nonetheless. A black girlfriend. You live in a predominantly black and Hispanic neighborhood. And you're telling me that you're ignorant on the situation and that you didn't know that you shouldn't say something like that? What about, no, I'm not finna buy, I'm not buying that. Anybody that believes that Mike was really ignorant about the situation and he didn't know any better, honestly, you're a part of the problem, because it's that's every single time a white person gets caught saying something racist, their main excuse, the excuse they run to, oh, I'm ignorant, I didn't really know any better, and this, that, and the third, that's just kind of how I was brought up, and da-da-da-da. Okay, no, that excuse is tired and worn out and played, and just completely worn out. The fact that y'all can sit here and confidently say, oh, I'm ignorant, I didn't know any better. No, no, that excuse was cute the first 2 times, but no, now it's dumb. No, especially in today's society, everything that's been going on and everything that's been happening, people have been responding to it online and making posts about it and educating people, making it a mission to educate people about the situations. And you still sit here and can say that, oh, I'm ignorant about the situation, I'm ignorant about it. Even if you really are ignorant, how can you allow yourself to be ignorant if you live around as many black and Hispanic people? Or let's not even include the Hispanics, because it's not them that's being oppressed in this particular situation. If you're living around black people and you have a black girlfriend and this and the third, and most of your roommates in the house are black, Like, how can you sit there and allow yourself to be ignorant about something that directly affects people that you are hanging around and like concerning yourself with? That just doesn't make sense to me. It's stupid. Like, that's stupid, and that's an excuse. It's not a reasoning. It's not logic. It's not this. It's not that. It's an excuse, and that's literally all it is. So like, that's that. If you are white and you live in the United States and you really just don't know much about what's going on and this and a third, educate yourself, because I'm no longer like, if I catch somebody saying something racist, I'm gonna call them out on it, and I'm not taking I'm ignorant as an excuse, because it's not an excuse. Like, it's not. It doesn't make sense. So anyway, that's that. Secondly, I have a problem with majority of the cast saying that it's okay for him to say the N-word because he's not racist. No. Let's put it into words. Let's just kind of visualize what you're saying right now. Basically what you're saying is, if you have Donald Trump, who's clearly a racist, okay, he's a racist. I don't care what anybody says. Do not argue with me. Your comment will get blocked, or your comment will get deleted. You will be blocked if you even attempt to argue with me over this. Donald Trump is a racist. Mike is not a racist. I don't believe he's racist. I don't. I just think that he's gotten comfortable enough around the African American community to the point where he thinks that it's okay for him to say the N-word because he knows these people like that. You know what I mean? So I don't think that he's a racist. But let's say Donald Trump and Mike, right? Donald Trump says the N-word. Everybody jumps down his throat. Oh, you're wrong. You're racist. You're not allowed to say that because you're white. No, they're not gonna say you're not allowed to say that because you're a racist. They're gonna say, oh, you're white. You can't say that. But when it comes to somebody that's not racist, Mike says the N-word. Everybody's like, oh, well, we know Mike's not racist. It's okay to say that. No. At the end of the day, if that word is coming out of anybody's mouth that is not black, I don't care if you're Asian. I don't care if you're Hispanic. I don't care if you're white. I don't care if you're blue, brown, orange, anything. If you're not black and you say the N-word, it is racist. I don't care. I don't care, because the N-word is specifically a reclaimed term for black people, for African American people. Anybody that's not African American, not allowed to say it. I don't care if you're dating black people. I don't care if you were raised by black people. You're not allowed to say the N-word, period. Point blank, the end, unless you're black. So that in itself, that really just, like, let's just kind of throw that whole notion away, that if you're not a racist, then you're allowed to say the N-word. No, you're not, okay? Because you will still get checked. But, like, aside from that, I think that it's stupid, the fact that, like, people were letting him slide with it, not only because they know that he's not a racist, but because he was their friend. Like, no, you don't. That word at the end of the day is an oppressive word. It is an oppressive word. It was used to insult our ancestors and the people who fought for our civil rights. And so the fact that you're going to sit here and let a Caucasian person especially say that word, I can understand how people would let Hispanics and Asians and things like that pass. I guess I can kind of not even understand it. I guess I can, like, I'm not as, like, abrasive and, like, in your face about Asians and Hispanics saying it, even though if I do hear Asian or Hispanic saying it, every time I hear it, like, if they're within speaking distance, I'm like, hey, you can't say that word. Like, you know, that's just what it is. I just feel like, especially coming from a white person, white people cannot say it. They cannot say it. 100% cannot say it. I don't care if they're your friend. I don't care if you were in a foster family and you were raised by black men and women, or black women or black men, whatever the case. Like, I don't care. You are not allowed to say it just because of your ethnic background. Period. Point blank. Your ethnicity, your nationality, your race, whatever. You're not allowed to say it unless you are African American or black or whatever the case. And that's it. Period. So nobody gets a pass unless you're black. I just don't understand, honestly, where people feel the need to say nigga. Like, there are so many other words that you could use in place of nigga. You can say dude, you can say bro, you can say, like, brother, this, that, and the third. Like, you don't have to say nigga. Like, nigga is, I don't even really use nigga. You know what I mean? So if you're itching so bad just to use the word nigga, like, honestly, something's wrong with you. Like, I don't know. But yeah, you cannot say it if you're not black, and that's just literally what it boils down to. Like, that's it. In a nutshell, you are not allowed to say the N-word as a white person in America, as anybody that's not black in America, really, but especially as a white person in America. And you are not allowed to be ignorant to the situations that are going on to black people. Not because you care. You don't have to care. You know what I mean? You're a shitty person if you don't care for other people's civil rights, but you're not allowed to be ignorant. Educate yourself on it. Like, if you just don't know jack shit about what happened with black people and why the word nigga is an oppressive word and why you shouldn't say stuff like rubbing coconut oil on your ashy ass skin like that. If you don't understand why you shouldn't say that to black people, you need to educate yourself, period, point blank. So those are the 2 points that I really tried to make in this video. And like, honestly, I don't even understand why the word nigga even still exists, because it's like, I've gone by 19 years and I literally very rarely say nigga. Like, very, very rarely say nigga. There are so many different words that you can use instead of nigga. Like, keeping that word around is keeping the problem around. Like, even black people, honestly, like, let's just try to completely forget about the word nigga. Like, why does it still exist, honestly? Like, what is its purpose? It came from an oppressive history, so when you take a word that comes from an oppressive history and keep it around as slang, you know, you keep not even subconscious, like, it just happens. You keep the problem around. So that's gonna be it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. It's the first video in a long time. I know I said that I would post every week in one of my previous videos, but you know, I'm so busy sometimes, and then sometimes I'm just tired. I am gonna try to get back into the swing of things, but as far as the schedule of when I upload, I'll upload whenever I feel like it. Whenever something can come out, I'll upload. I don't want to say, oh, I'll do it every week, or I'll do it this time, and then I don't do it, and you guys are just like, oh, you just never keep your word. Like, no, I don't want to make that a pattern on this channel. So whenever I feel like uploading, whenever I feel like editing or doing this and doing that, then I'll do it. That's gonna be it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Let me know in the comment section what you think I can do to improve on my videos across the board, not just this video. Positive, negative, all that feedback is, wait, no, not positive, negative. Positive and constructive feedback is always welcome. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.